Hey everybody, it's the weekend! What games are you going to be playing? So, the last 2 weeks actually, I've been playing through a game called Wanderstop, and I promised you guys a review, and here it is. So timing-wise, it's weird that I found Wanderstop when I did, right on the heels of Benign Land and While Waiting. Both of those games are atypical video games. They're about topics and areas we don't generally address, and the gameplay is very different. Well, guess what? So is Wanderstop. Because at its heart, this is a game about burnout, about pushing yourself so hard that you just cannot keep going. You play as Alta, one of the greatest warriors of her time. She is unbeatable in the arena, until one day she isn't. What happens to somebody who has dedicated their life, whose very soul is tied to the idea of being the very best at their craft? What happens when they fail? How do they process the trauma of losing their sense of identity? That's really what we're exploring in Wanderstop. Not your typical video game fare. So, how do we explore this without getting incredibly depressing and bleak and making the game player want to log out? Well, this is a game about making tea. Yeah, because that sounds perfectly normal, right? Our wary, soul-shattered hero finds herself in a tea shop in a clearing in the woods. Welcome to Wanderstop. And here she meets Burrow. He's the proprietor of the shop, and he becomes a sort of guru. There's a very Zen kind of Master Yoda thing going on here. Alta, of course, wants nothing to do with this craziness, but as she and you spend some time here, learn the art of making tea, and interact with a variety of interesting characters, you start to find time to reflect. So what is the gameplay like in Wanderstop? You are working in a tea shop. You need to go out into the woods and gather tea leaves. You need to grow plants that you will use to infuse flavor into your tea. Your customers will give you requests that you're going to have to figure out how to meet them. There's also a lot of downtime where you can experiment for yourself or busy yourself with more menial tasks like sweeping or pruning or even just exploring. So, while it's relatively easy and straightforward, there is enough complexity to keep it interesting. There were many times during my playthrough of this game that I found myself rushing to get through to the next thing. I had to do something. I was Alta, and that's the point. And the closer I got to the end of the game, the more I wanted to get there faster and at the same time dreaded getting there at all. So, if what I just told you sounds boring or unappealing, then Wanderstop is not for you. It's definitely not everybody's cup of tea, pun intended. I am sure there are a lot of people out there who will not enjoy Wanderstop and will not understand what the buzz is about. But if you relate to anything I've said over the past few minutes, then you really might want to take a look at this game. The game is beautiful to look at. The controls are intuitive and responsive, and the music, which is by well-known Minecraft composer C418, is wonderful. There were many times during my playthrough of Wanderstop that I would just take a break and just be in the world. The game takes about 15 hours or so to play through at a casual pace. If you are a completionist, it'll take a little longer. And while there's a lot more I would like to say about Wanderstop, the truth is the less you know going in, the better. Hopefully what you've seen and heard here today lets you know whether or not this is a game for you. And if you think it might be, I strongly recommend it. But that is where we're going to end this video. If you guys are enjoying our reviews on the channel, hit that like button, let us know. And if you haven't subscribed yet, please consider doing so. It helps us to grow the channel, and you never miss an episode of content. We'll be back tomorrow with another video for you. Thanks for watching.